Well, you ready to go for basketball then yet or no?
We got a meeting next week.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Run ball time.
42 of them right now.
Holy crap.
Having turned down 10 of them. So.
Holy crap.
Test. Whoops.
His boys were running how long it's going to last. Because he's done all these volleyball games at the last year.
Yes. Test.
When I quit coaching, I was thinking of going to
Coming up, level 2 football, Potosi, Cassville, and Cochrane-Fountain City on the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel.
But one of the things I still do is I encourage kids.
Absolutely, so do we.
You got to do that.
Every chance we get.
Although you'll laugh at this. So when I do UW Flacco games, when I'm in the booth at Pioneer Stadium, the booth next to us is where they're on the clock.
Sure.
And that's also where the WIAA head of officiators is. And he's standing over there. And if there's a call that we're wondering about on the field, then we'll just kind of look out the corner of our eyes and look and go. So we know if there was a questionable call or not.
Exactly. We're going to review that one up there, aren't we? Yeah, how's it going, buddy? Good, how are you? Not too bad.
Well, see, the coach from River Falls got kicked out of the game down in Platteville. And we were, and I think, Mort's not that way normally. He's such an even-tempered guy, but clever guy. But I think about it, that when they threw that second flag on me, I remember the officials there was just going.
He knew what was coming after the later that day or else tomorrow. Exactly.
Oh.
All right, so we're going to run down 0. We'll do anthem lineups and go. 15-minute halftime. Wait for us to.
Okay. I got this. I got that information. I got this.
You about ready?
Only when you're ready.
Well, I think I will be ready in
55 is actually number 40.
so he's 40, not 55. It'll be after this. Okay, you know the song "No Rain," Blind Melon. The song "No Rain" by Blind Melon.
No, I don't.
No rain. Da-da-da-da-da. Right now, it's loving every minute of it. Loverboy. You know you're old when songs that were popular on the radio when you were in high school are being played by high school bands. And so when I first started taking my kids to sporting events, I had to explain what the song Centerfold was about. All right, 3.5 minutes.
Well, on the other hand, it's then when you find out that somebody now is covering the song and turning it into a hit.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
Okay, I better do this.
Had a kid today. We're moving some stuff and we had an old big computer, and he goes, "What's that?"
He didn't know what a computer was?
I don't have room to be over there. I've got to come back over here because of the cord.
Well, that's
So I got to move. And he's got to move there because they got to be in there. And I got to move that over there. And I got to get this back here. Because that way at least I'm there.
you set now?
Well, as set as I'm going to get, I probably.
Crap. What am I?
Yeah, that too.
What?
Hey, how you doing?
Yep.
I'm Good thing you dressed warm.
Kind of.
Myron, what is the other one here? Holiday Gardens. Okay. Where is... Oh, that's your copy?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Oh, there they are. All right. They'll be seated for starters, but then later not. Minute 24.
yeah, the original was built, I think back, first years was kind of combined that.
Combined, yeah.
You know, this is nice that we've got phone numbers on here about who's called it in.
Mm-hmm.
It tells me I have no clue who in the hell's doing that game.
Which game?
Well, where they got the phone numbers?
Oh.
Who's in Johnson Creek?
Ithaca.
Yeah, but who's doing the game?
Phil. From WRCO.
Oh, that's Phil.
Yeah.
Well, then, who's in Prairie du Chien?
Corey Shambo.
Oh, I don't know these things.
10 seconds. He graduated from Platteville. He used to be their quarterback.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know.
4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a QueenB Radio High School Sports Presentation. QueenB Radio proudly brings you People's State Bank and Grant Regional
Say
Health
something.
Center coverage of high
Something.
school sports.
125.
Presented by
Got
Cuba
it.
City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Baus Electric, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Bitech Incorporated, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Claire Bank, Donnie's Tire and Auto, Fuller's Milker Center, Gary's Pest Control, Community First Bank, Guy's Truck and Tractor Service, Hernson's Ace Hardware, Krantz Auto Parts, the Peterson Agency, the Raleigh Cheese House, Mound City Bank, the Russell Law Office, the Shoebox, Sloan Implement, Timmerman's Talents, Tricor Insurance, and Wolf Construction.
Round 2 of the postseason. And just like all the other rounds, your next loss is your last. Good evening, football fans, and welcome to Great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football, presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106, superhits106.com, the Super Hits 106 mobile app, and the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel. From Cochrane-Fountain City High School, between Cochrane and Fountain City, this is the Division 7 Level 2 game between the 3rd seed Potosi Cassville Chieftains, ranked number 1 in Division 7, and the 2nd seed Cochrane-Fountain City Pirates, ranked 10th in Division 7. The winner tonight hosts 5th seed River Ridge or goes to number 1 seed Bangor in the sectional final next weekend. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Steve Prestigard along with Wally Troughton, and these two teams won nail-biters 1 week ago to get to tonight. Potosi Cassville beat Blackhawk Warren for the second consecutive week, 7-6. And Cochrane-Fountain City beat Seneca Wazeeka Steuben 12-7. Wally, these two teams seem to have similar player statistics, and they had similar games last week, so does that mean another low-scoring game tonight?
Not necessarily, because we're also looking at two teams that can put a lot of points on the board. I mean, if you take a look, Cochrane-Fountain City, the Pirates this year are averaging 32.9 points a game, while the Potosi Chieftains are averaging 37.4. So can they put points on the board? Oh, yeah, they can. And they've had a couple of games that haven't been as many points. For example, of course, last week for the Potosi Cassville Chieftains, they only scored 7 points. Otherwise, the next lowest point total for them has been 27 and 20. For the Pirates, let's see, 12-7 last week. And then they only scored 14 on Blair Taylor and only 21 on Pelpanelma. So again, that's the low isn't necessarily that low.
Well, these two teams, and we've had the discussion all last week about the unexplainable seeding, but the one team that actually is probably exactly where they should be is this Cochrane-Fountain City team. They were part of a three-way tie for first in the Darlington Conference. Their only loss was to one of those two teams they shared the title with, Blair Taylor. So they are legitimately probably the second best team in the in this bracket of Division 7.
The other game that was another team that they were tied with, Pelpanelma, and I've seen Pelpanelma play last year, and that's a good football team. And they beat them just 21-12, or 21-12. So again, it shows that this is a tough concert, at least at the top. At the bottom, maybe not so much, but at least at the top, it's pretty tough.
On the Shoebox Scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Again, the winner of this game will play River Ridge or Bangor, and that game is on Extreme 107.1 and the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel. Also in Division 7, Ithaca, another undefeated but number 3 seed team. They are number 2 seed Johnson Creek. That winner gets the game between Cambria-Friesland, the 4 seed, and number 1 seed Kenosha St. Joseph. If you think this trip was a long one, imagine going to Kenosha for next week. Also on the QueenB family of radio stations coming up tonight in Division 6, Lancaster, the 3rd seed at number 2 seed Cuba City. That is on 97.7 Country WGLR and the QueenB Radio Sports YouTube channel. That winner plays, Belleville, the number 8 seed, which shut out number 1 seed Cambridge last week. They are at number 5 seed Marshall tonight. Also tonight in 8-player football, we have North Crawford at Highland, and that is on AM 1590 WPVL. It is time right now for the Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County.
And don't forget the cheese.
We're back in 60 seconds on Super Hits 106.
Pregame 1.
What's better than pumpkin spice? The fall pumpkin special at Potosi Spa inside Hotel Julian Dubuque. Stop in for a relaxing pumpkin pedicure or a pumpkin bliss facial and body souffle. Our pumpkin pedicure begins with a relaxing soak, exfoliation, and mask, followed by a foot and leg massage. Our pumpkin facial and body souffle begins with a full body dry brushing and pumpkin buttercream application, followed by our signature facial infused with an exfoliating pumpkin enzyme.
Mark Seager,
Call
week
Potosi
2
Spa to schedule
in
your
3,
pumpkin pampering
2,
session.
From
1.
small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care. Pregame 1.
Raleigh Cheese pregame show on Super Hits 106 at Cochrane-Fountain City, Potosi Cassville, and Cochrane-Fountain City in Level 2, joined by Potosi Cassville coach Mark Seager. Thanks for joining us. Let's talk first about last week. Did you ever think that a touchdown on the second play of the game would hold up the whole ball game? I mean, that was a terrific defensive effort on your guys' part.
Yeah, it was. To hold what was the state's all-division scoring leading team to 6 points is pretty astounding. So they did a great job defensively. Couldn't ask for more.
That also was that might be the greatest offensive drive I've ever seen that didn't score any points, but it won the game for you. I mean, you 8.5 minutes, I believe it was, where you guys just dared them to stop you and they couldn't.
Yeah, it was just so. I mean, we were just ecstatic over that because we were able to take 8.5 minutes off the clock without them getting the ball. So that's a big deal. They're explosive offense, so we wanted to take some air out of the ball. We didn't realize we were going to be able to take 8.5 minutes off.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing he gave up just 6 points to a team, as you pointed out, that, not only did they score a ton of points, they're just hard to defend against because of how well they play the veer. Anything that was a particular key to that, you think?
It's never, anytime you play the veer, if you stop this, they can do this kind of thing. So it's a if that kind of thing. And it's always tough to stop. So we're always on our, pins and needles going, if they did this or that. But there's some chances you take, and sometimes the chances work out and sometimes they don't. But for the most part, most of our chances that we took last Friday worked.
Okay, now round 2, Cochrane-Fountain City. A team with a lot of kind of similar stats as far as individual players to you guys. But what do you feel about as a challenge tonight? And what do you feel are the DeBoer Enterprises keys to the game tonight?
Well, you're looking at a 9-1 conference champion. So they're obviously the real deal. You don't do that kind of stuff without being a really good team. Keys to the game are going to be just like last week. Turnovers, ball control, and every cliche that you can throw at you, especially for playoff stuff. Plus, just the energy that it's going to require for us to get back up for another game, because we've had 2 weeks where it's just been super emotional, super high intensity. And it's not like we can take a break tonight and take a breath, because this is not what you do in level 2. So we have to be emotionally just ready and fired up to get this thing going.
And after a 3-hour bus ride also.
Yeah, and we broke it up into 2 parts. So we stopped in La Crosse and had a bite to eat and got around and went to the bathroom and walked around. So, it wasn't bad. And plus we were lucky enough to have a charter, so that wasn't quite as bad.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Thanks, Steve.
Mark Seager, the Potosi Cassville coach, back with more after this on Super Hits 106.
Pregame 2. From small town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
All right, Jesse Cyrus in 3, 2, 1.
Is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
Like any business, success in dairying is often determined by who you know rather than what you know. That's why it's good to know the pros at Fuller's, your Gia dealer. Fuller's is your source for the automated milking systems line and all of the latest in automated milking systems. Make your operation more efficient and profitable and get the most out of your dairy herd by partnering with the experts at Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster, Richland Center, and Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com.
Fuller's Milker Center.
Pregame 2.
Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continues on Super Hits 106. Potosi, Cassville, and Cochrane-Fountain City in level 2. We're joined by Pirates coach Jesse Cyrus. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, you bet.
We are in level 2. Let's talk about your game last week. Real tight game against Seneca Wazeeka Steuben. What had things working for you in that ball game?
Honestly, we did not play our best football last week. We had a couple mistakes on special teams. They got some turnovers off that early on. They kind of pushed us around a little bit early on, so we had to get a little bit of a wake-up call and kind of put our things together. We got close. We scored a touchdown right before half to kind of make it close. We missed the extra point, but found a way in the second half to kind of punch one in late and obviously come out on top. But we're looking to improve, obviously, this week and take the steps to fix the things we didn't do right last week, and hopefully we can put it together.
Okay, and obviously it's win or go home at this stage, so it certainly gives some urgency, doesn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we've worked hard this week. We've been working on the X's and O's that we made mistakes last week. We're, just trying to clean up our game and go as well as we can for this week and see what we can do.
Okay. How do you feel like independent of the issues that you had last week, how do you feel like you're playing at this point in a general sense? Just one loss to the team that shared the title with you, for instance.
Yeah. I thought we started out decent, and we've kind of just improved every week. I wouldn't say we always, obviously you get a loss in the middle of the season. That's not what you're looking for. But we played better and better every week for sure. So we've been taking the steps in the right direction and keep playing better. And obviously that's the goal from week to week. Just get better.
Okay. Now it's Potosi Cassville. It's got to be the best number 3 seed around, undefeated. So what do you see about the Chieftains? It's going to be a challenge. What do you feel are the DeBoer Enterprises keys to the game tonight?
Well, I mean, obviously when the brackets came out, that was one of the biggest question marks that came out. In our region, I know there was another one with Ithaca in the other region, same situation. However it happens, it happens. Obviously, we're glad it's at our place. It's a comfort zone for us. We've been down to Potosi a couple times. It didn't pan out for us very well. So, we're trying to flip the script and see what we can do.
All right. Thanks much for your help, and good luck tonight.
Thank you much.
Thank you, Jesse Cyrus, the Cochrane-Fountain City coach. We'll be back with the Chieftains and the Pirates after these messages on Super Hits 106.
In Game 1.
Are you interested in a free checking account? Do you need a debit card today with no delay? We now offer instant issue on our debit cards. Hi, my name is Sarah Rogers, your branch manager, retail lending officer from Mound City Bank in Cuba City. When you open your checking account, we can now issue your debit card so you have purchasing access to your account the day it's open. Stop by or call us at 608-744-2141 for more details or questions. Mound City Bank is proud to be here for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
There's an issue cutting through the bipartisan bickering in Congress. It's AM radio. The overwhelming majority of legislators, Democrats and Republicans, support a bill to keep AM radio in cars. But time is running out. Text AM to 52886 and ask Congress to bring this bill to the floor for a vote now. AM radio is too important to let this moment pass us by.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters. In Game 1.
Our pregame keys to the game presented by DeBoer Enterprises in Lancaster. Landscaping is key to better curb appeal for your home or business. Our injury report brought to you by Russell Law Offices. If you've been injured, contact Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights to help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLaw.wi.com. Both coaches report that the main guys are all ready to go, which is a good thing because obviously you're done after tonight if you lose tonight. Colors of the game presented by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Cochrane-Fountain City has black helmets. They have black and gray jerseys with white numbers and gray pants and some red trim. And the Chieftains are wearing white jerseys, white pants, black numbers. That's what happens when you put together maroon and green, I guess, and gold helmets. Our exclusive turf and weather report brought to you by Dewey's Tire Repair on Highway 81, just north of Platteville. And what do we say about Dewey's Tire?
Well, it's a great place to take a leak.
It's not just a great place to take a leak. For all your farm, auto, and truck tire sales service needs, it's the best place to take a leak. Remember that?
All right, it's bad. Yeah, that's a step above.
42 degrees and actually now 39 degrees and a clear night here. There is no wind to speak of, so that's not going to be a factor. It would have been a real interesting game last night.
Oh boy, yes.
With the 40-mile-an-hour winds, but the winds have calmed down. It should be it's definitely football weather. There's no question about that tonight.
No, and I'll tell you what, we've had some games during this year where I can't believe how warm it was late into the year. And even a university game last week, I could not believe the number of players going down with cramps.
Yeah, that just doesn't figure for the beginning of October and late November. But that is how it all worked out this year. Our game tonight is brought to you by Clare Bank, where there are 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Clare Bank, where they say, we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Haviland Heating and Cooling in Hazel Green. There's your local Carrier dealer with a complete line of home heating products to keep your family comfortable. Call Nick Haviland Heating and Cooling. And yes, you get the heating part is now the important part.
I won't argue that.
Gerard Abbing of Remax Advantage in Platteville is a proud sponsor of all our area high school athletes. Whether you're selling a home or buying your new dream home, give Gerard a call today, 608-732-3000. Cruiser Equipment on Main Street in Potosi, buying or selling used farm and construction equipment. They'll help you find the right piece of equipment to get your job done right. Cruiser Equipment. Check them out on the web and Facebook. We're also brought to you by Midwest Motorsports. Visit their showroom in Kieler for parts, service, and your next ride. See their inventory at MidwestMotorsportsOnline.com. Midwest Motorsports in Kieler. Phil's Transmission. Stop in and see Lonnie, your local transmission specialist at Phil's Transmission in Potosi. Worco Transportation. Also bringing you tonight's game. Worco is currently hiring drivers throughout Southwest Wisconsin. See the opportunities to drive for Worco at WorcoTransportation.com. Worco Transportation in Bloomington. Royal Bank is your community partner. To learn more about personal, business, and agriculture services, stop by one of their local branches or visit royalbank-usa.com. Royal Bank, your truly local community partner. We are also brought to you by Tandem Tire of Potosi. Don Hirsch and the Tandem team keep the heartland on the move. For tires and service, call Tandem Tire in Potosi. Well, Wally, Holiday Gardens is hosting a wonderful community event Wednesday, November 27th, the night before Thanksgiving. For just $15, enjoy a chicken dinner from 4:30 to 6:30, and then stay for trivia, 50-50 raffle prizes, and a bucket raffle. All proceeds go to local charities. It's at Holiday Gardens, November 27th, the night before Thanksgiving.
Should be fun.
Yes, our first downs tonight presented by First Supply of Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. Our touchdowns tonight brought to you by Northland Buildings. For a quality Northland building built tough for the Northland, contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post frame buildings. Our scrapper of the game at the end of the game, presented by West End Salvage in Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste to West End Salvage in Lancaster. Our game is also presented by Hawser's Auto Repair in Potosi, locally owned and operated, covering all of your auto repair needs. Visit Hawser's Auto Repair in Potosi. And with over 125 years of experience serving our customers' needs, the Benton State Bank and its branches, Shullsburg Community Bank and Tennyson Potosi Community Bank, have built a reputation of putting the customer and community first. Well, I don't think there's any question, we've talked about this before, that Cochrane-Fountain City is a legitimate number 2 seed. They had the best record. The only thing is that it feels like this game should be next week, and maybe not here, but here we are, right?
I'm not going to disagree with that at all, because this is a game that should be played in a neutralization on a turf field where both teams come in and a little more, how do I want to say it, a little nicer setup for fans and of course for all of us that work in a press box, and we'd like all of that.
Except, of course, it's a little compact press box, but given what the temperature is like, we're not going to complain about that.
No, I'm not complaining at all, because I've been in bad situations, and this is not one of them. This is nice.
5 broadcast teams crammed into Cashton, for instance.
Oh, I can also remember a point where Mark Evenstead and I had to work out of the back of my pickup on the 35-yard line, and of all places, Waukesha. The good news is the team we were following won.
Well, that's good. If you're going to make the trip, get the value of it, right?
At least we got value out of it.
All right. We have not seen yet the results of the coin toss, which is presented by People's State Bank.
Yeah, we were involved in the pregame on the radio here at that particular time, and they got it all done quick out in the field.
Well, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back with Potosi, Cassville, and Cochrane-Fountain City ready to go in just a moment on Super Hits 106.
In Game 2.
Hi, this is Christine Rowley of Rowley Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23 Shellsburg.
At Dubuque Mattress, we understand the quality of sleep is important. That's why when you shop at Dubuque Mattress, you'll notice that we are invested in finding the right mattress for you. Our trained and experienced sales staff
Do you guys know
won't
if the
sell
huddle
you something
camera's
you
on?
don't need or want. We care about you, the customer, and want you to get the best night's sleep possible. That's our goal. Stop in today along Highway 20, directly across from Tyson's. Dubuque Mattress for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 2.
Grand Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of WIAA playoff football presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on Super Hits 106. In just a moment, we will have the national anthem, after which we will have the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups.